everybody, welcome back to the YouTube channel. Today I have a video for anyone who is looking for a first car. This is my 2015 Audi S4 B8.5. So the reason why I would say this car is a great car as a first car is multiple things. I'm going to be doing a full look around. I'm going to be doing a POV drive for about like maybe 10 minutes at the end of it, just to show you how it is handling the car, the feel of it, the sound of it, and all that good stuff. But before I do that, make sure to check out all the socials, Instagram, TikTok, wherever I'm going to put them. But apart from that, we're going to be going over some different stuff, and yeah. So once we're going to talk about a little bit, one thing is my modifications that I have done to it. It is 500 horsepower, and obviously with the out body modification, we're going to go through that first. So I got the carbon lip, and then I got these tint side markers to cover up these ambers, because it really changes the entire look of the car, because you can't really see it too well, so it really does hide it off. But and then obviously you got the RS4 style honeycomb grille. A lot of people do like the stock ones, but that is just the front end. And then the wheels that I have are the, excuse me if I'm saying it wrong, the Autohahn AFF7s. And these look pristine. I know these are on a lot of S4s, but I mean, they get the job done and they look absolutely magnificent. And I am on BC coilovers. As you can tell, the fitment is pretty good on the front and then on the back. But any other exteriors, I mean, it's honestly just my diffuser. As you can tell, it's carbon. And then the duct spoiler. If you guys want any information about where I got these parts from, just hit me up on Instagram or say anything in the YouTube comments. But just from the outlooks of it, now we're going to be getting down into some engine, exhaust, and all that different stuff. So inside of this car is a 3.0 liter supercharged engine. Let's go ahead and crack this open. So this is what we're working with. So everything that is done engine wise, I know I'm going to miss out some stuff. I've had this car for a little bit. APR carbon intake, APR throttle body, dual pulley, charge cooler, and I mean just a little stuff, performance belt, performance blah blah blah, spark plugs, all that yada yada. And I have a APR stage 2 plus tune. So that's going to be just the engine. Honestly, you really don't have to do much. This thing stock is pushing 333 horsepower, but it is a little bit on the heavy side. But I mean, it is quick. All right. And then so I will say with almost every car, there's going to be stuff that's going to be going wrong. Like Subarus, like WRXs are going to be going, a head gasket is going to be going out. With Jeeps, it's transmission, blah, blah, blah. You got that on every different car. One of the things that you should be recommended to do for the majority of the things is a couple things. PCV valve, water pump, thermostat, and getting rid of your cats. So with those things for the other, like the PCV valve, all that stuff, I mean, it's not too bad of a job, not too bad and not too expensive. But I will say, for some reason, with the majority of cats blow up on the S4s because it just gets clogged up. So almost everyone is usually having just no cats, or just having high flows, which is what I have. I have MagnaFlow high flow cats. But everything on the surface, that is what it looks like. And this thing is very reliable. This is probably one of the most reliable engines Audi has made. But the main big problem, you know, you would expect timing chains to be somewhere here. No, some idiot at Audi decided to put four timing chains in the back of the engine. So at around 100,000 miles, it could go bad. I've had people DM me on Instagram saying that they've never had to do the timing chain. Some have. It's just really about the point of getting unlucky or lucky. But it is a very expensive job to do. But it's maybe a once in a thing that you would have to do. But it happens at around 100, 120,000 miles. It just happens, you know, you get unlucky. So that is everything on the front end of the engine. And then exhaust. What we're doing for the exhaust is we have a, I'm not sure if you can see, we have a Miltech non-resonated catback exhaust. And obviously I said I do have the Magnaflow high flow cats. And then so I'm going to show you some clips of the front of the car and then the back of the car, how the car sounds. Before, I did have the car pretty loud, and majority of people don't like V6s because of VQs, anything from a 350, G35, G37, anything like that. But with German V6s, they have a different tone, different pitch. They just sound amazing in my opinion, even if you do make it loud. But this one I kind of made a little bit quiet, but you could still hear when I'm passing by. But honestly, the Supercharger is just what you want to hear. Get that Mustang out of here. All right, so now you guys got a feel of what the car sounds like, and I do want to say, if I have missed any problems that usually do happen with the S4 or an S5, the 3.0s, let me know. I mean, that's just what I know, but a lot of people, other owners, have had their own problems. So with all that said, this thing, in my opinion, I think this looks very good. I do get a lot of compliments on it. This thing is very good on gas. And next we're going to move on to the interior. All right, we're going to go ahead and start with the interior on the passenger side. So we're going to start off with these suede seats. It's going to be going full on around for every seat. It's going back, and you have the obviously embroidered S4 stitched on there. And so I've heard a lot of compliments across social media saying that the S4 is a timeless interior, as in it doesn't ever look like it's going out of date. With the S4, it is very practical. I can put groceries in here. I could put any people that do want to ride in the back or just want to have a little fun ride. And this thing is very comfortable. So we're going to go ahead and show the driver's side. All right, once stepping in to the driver's side, it is very comfortable. It kind of feels like a little bucket seat, but these things really keep me in place, make me feel secure, and it is very nice just to handle. The car drives amazingly, even with these BCs on. Obviously I do have to stiffen it up because I am low, but this feels amazing to drive. See, with all media, you got the display, so you have your navigation, you can call people, whatever, the menu, car, and you can do many settings. So if I wanted to go to car, I do have my comfort, auto, dynamic, and individual. I do on individual because I'm able to just to customize it. But yeah, so everything that I do need, it does not have Apple CarPlay, which I mean you can install with anything. If you buy an aftermarket module, you can plug it in and it will be right there for you. But this thing has almost everything I need. It is very spacious in the back. I've never had anyone complain. And not only for this, the trunk space is actually pretty good. All right, and as for the trunk, we got a good amount size where I do take this thing up snowboarding, or I used to. So I'm able to put in some snowboards. I just put the seats down. It is very practical. And then obviously underneath, you do have all your spare equipment that you need. But with all in all, this car has been very nice to me. I've never had problems. You just got to make sure you got to get the right parts. But this thing looks absolutely amazing to me. I've had a lot of people DM me on Instagram, TikTok, saying if they should get a S4 or an S5 of this year. Listen, it is my car. I obviously do like it and prefer it over some other gens of the B9. And don't get me wrong, the B9 S4s look aesthetically pleasing. But I mean, with any car, you can make it look nice depending on what modifications you get. But this one is just the engine. You don't ever hear a supercharger unless it's, you know, with some very expensive cars, a CT-SV, a Hellcat Z01, ZR1. Like, I mean, you can't really get another supercharger that does put out a good amount of performance for a cheap price. And you can grab a S4 maybe with a little bit high miles, but they're very easy to maintain. And I've had, like I said, so many people have DM'd me and saying, thanks so much, I decided to get an S4. It's been the greatest decision. Some people have been unlucky but with any car, you can get unlucky with what you buy. Overall, if you have any other questions, just make sure to DM me. But I have had so much fun with this car. If I had to, I would buy it again as a daily. But I mean, I do have some other visions of other cars I do want to buy soon. I am looking for a bike, a ZX6R, but that's for another time. But the front of this car looks absolutely aggressive, and I love it. So make sure to stick around. That's probably one of the parts that a lot of people do like to watch, especially my POV drives. I'm trying to think of some other video ideas to do. But seriously, I have just been monetized on YouTube, so thank you so much for all the love and support. I'm trying my best to put stuff out there. I haven't uploaded in a little bit. I've just been caught up with school, work, and then just other shit like that. But seriously, thank you so much. Just make sure to like and subscribe. Go check out my other socials. I am starting to stream on Twitch a little bit, but majority on TikTok. So just make sure to stop by, have some fun. I, you know, chat with everyone. Make sure to have fun. I've had some pretty famous people come up in the lives, like McLaren Daddy. Pause. I've had Quiet, like The Quiet, with like the play and everything. He stopped by in a live one time on TikTok, and I've had Wavy Kid S7. If you know, he's a very good dude. He has talked a lot of stuff, and he did message me and just told me to keep on. So if he does check out this video as well, hope you're doing good. But we're gonna go ahead and start on the drive. I think I have you guys set up at a good POV, hopefully. So what we're gonna do, put it in drive, go to car, and put it in individual mode and obviously manual mode. Put the windows down so you can hear that supercharger a little bit. We're gonna be going on these little curvy drives. As I said, I'm barely pushing the gas pedal. You don't have to really hit it that hard just to hear the supercharger. And with the DSG transmission, this thing shifts very fast, and yes, you do get those DSG farts, but as long as you don't make it sound bad, then you know. A lot of people with, my friend's got a GTI, his farts are absolutely loud because he has a full custom exhaust, and it is louder than shit. But we can do a pull in a second. We're gonna find a straightaway because there is a curve coming up. And this car does weigh around, I looked it up, it should be around 3,800 pounds. It is a little on the heavy side, but honestly, the S5 weighs about almost the same. The coupe, it weighs about like 36, I'm pretty sure, or 37, if I'm not wrong. But let's see how these curves are. And obviously you guys can't feel what I'm feeling when I'm just turning the car, but this is very reactive and it just feels amazing. I'm gonna give this guy a little supercharger since he was the one who gave him a little wave. You see he had his cup in his ear to hear the supercharger. But everything else, this thing, and with economy, let me see how the gas mileage I am doing on this. I'm getting around 21.5, which is, I would say it's pretty good. There are some cars that, and the way I drive the car, yes, I would be using a little bit more gas, because who doesn't want to hear the supercharger? And honestly, it gives me economy tips. Turn off the AC, put the windows up. Like, that's just actually crazy to know that it's telling you that. But with everything else, I would say this is a very nice car to buy as your first car or a second. This thing is very fun. It is reliable. Some people would say it's not, but with almost every car, everyone has their own opinions. We are gonna do a launch control over there. And as I said, this thing does weigh a lot, so the power to weight ratio is, you know, as I said, this thing is not the quickest, it's not the fastest, but it is quick. It is very fun. I do surprise a lot of people. I try not to do too much. It does look like a little bit of a sleeper, just looks like a regular family car, which I absolutely love. Wish you guys could know how little I'm touching of this gas pedal. I'm pushing it in that much if I'm at a high RPM, and it does feel like it's moving. As I said, I know I'm not the fastest or anything, so I don't expect too much. I might get some hate comments, be like, this car is the worst to buy, but hey, my own opinion, I would suggest it. A lot of people have bought this car. They messaged me saying that they got it. It was a great decision. And if you ever do, if you do have one and you just bought it, let me know any questions about it that I could try to help you out on. You gotta watch out for some cops. They do like to stay on these back roads, obviously. Alright, we're going to be doing a launch control up here. Hopefully nothing goes wrong with the launch. Alright, I think this is a good spot to try it out. We gotta go quickly. Alright, to do a full launch, obviously, you are going to... Is that a cop? No, I'm tweaking. So what you're gonna wanna do, obviously, first gear, you're gonna hold the traction control button until stability comes off. What we're gonna do, see here, full foot on the brake, and then full gas. Oh my God. I did short shift a little bit because obviously I'm not trying to go for a full race. But you guys saw how quick that was. That honestly, every time it gets my adrenaline running, it is so fun to drive. And obviously, like I want to, if I just want to go in comfort mode again, turn on stability, put it in regular drive, and let's see how it sounds from inside the cabin. All right. And obviously with individual mode, your steering does get a little tighter. It does put out a little bit more for your throttle. It opens up your throttle more, so the exhaust would be a little bit louder. But from the inside, with my exhaust, it doesn't sound like my drone is terrible at all. Gotta watch out for these little bumps. As I'm putting on the gas pedal right now, as I said, you don't really hear too much inside the cabin. It is not bad in drone or anything like that at all. It just seems like you're just regularly driving. And I do need new tires. You guys saw how much I did spend on a Quattro. So I do need to get some tires. I am thinking about taking this thing to the track just to see the time I would get, just for fun, you know. I don't really take this thing too serious. I don't think this thing is very quick. I don't try to challenge anyone I see. I just enjoy it. I haven't been on these roads for a while, so I do need to be careful if there are any bumps. So just some regular cruising. I do take this everywhere, and as you can tell, right now I'm barely putting the pedal down, and I'm getting at around, as you can see, 41 miles per gallon if I'm just cruising right now. 42, it just depends on how much I obviously put down the pedal. But we're gonna let the car cool off. So under some shit circumstances, my camera decided to overheat. And I'm so pissed about it. I'm not sure how much I missed about talking, but I know I did get the launch in. So, but I want to go ahead and say thank you so much for watching. If you guys have liked the content for today's video, make sure to like and subscribe. DM me anything, any questions about any of the cars, any ideas I should do. But yeah, it's so shit that it decided to cut out. But follow me on my socials, like, do all that good shit. I'm so tired from today. I had a bunch of other shit that I was doing. So with all that said, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to do all that good stuff. I'm gonna plug in both of my socials there. I might put in the Twitch as well. Hopefully I didn't miss anything. Yeah, pimp.